Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Sunday Scrappin'. I am going to scrap this photo of my grandson, and it is kind of hard to tell who he is because his hands are in the way. Not just one hand, he has both hands in the way. And I'm using Simple Stories Bro and Co. And I have plenty of it. I fell in love with it. I got some from Peachy Cheap, and then I had to turn around and buy one of the collection kits to go with it. So, yeah, I have plenty. I'm going to use cardstock on the bottom, and I had this black scrap in my scrap paper container thing forever. And I kept thinking, I really need to use it on something or just cut it down as banners or whatever. But I finally decided to use it this way because I am going to challenge myself to use angles. Yeah, with nothing going on, no hop, no collaboration or anything. I am going to do it and see if I'm a little less stressed is what I was figuring. And I thought, I don't even have to do the video. I don't have to edit it or anything if I don't like it. I can just put it in my album and be done. Well, I went ahead and decided to edit the video. It didn't turn out too bad. Of course, I have done this before. I can't remember what scrap lift it was because it's been a while, but I do remember doing it before. I used a stencil and some rusty hinge on my cardstock so it wouldn't be quite too plain. And then I took my uh, other paper, the Simple Stories one, and put on top. It is tone on tone. It has little tiny stars. And so my cardstock is more the color of the little tiny stars. Although it's kind of hard to tell on this video that there's stars there, but there is stars there. And I used my smash pen and went around the edge with a doodly border. I'm going ahead and double matting my photo. I'm putting the darker blue, which I usually put the darker color on the outside, on the inside this time because there's so much gray in the photo because of the car on the inside of the car being gray. And so the gray is going to go on the outside instead. Now, my logic in this is that those little stars is going to give me automatic angles, I guess you'd say. So I'm figuring if I just lined my photo up along with those little stars and pretty much everything else, that I could stick with the angles and not have to work too hard at it. And, just ignore the cardstock behind it and pretend it's not there, even though, that's the actual straight lines of the layout. But I pulled out some of the things that was in the ephemera pack and some scraps. Of course, I brought the scraps out. And um, I'm going to layer them and make some banners. And look at that. Notice on the table here, I have 3 rows of washi. It came with the peachy cheap part. And I told myself if I laid them on the table, maybe I'd remember to use them. Well, I will see them and I will use them. I started to just use one, but I'm going to end up using all 3 on here. I'm so proud of myself. I always have a hard time remembering to use my washi tape, but yeah, I'm so proud of myself. Where am I at here? I can quit bragging that I used washi tape and get back to work here, huh? I laid that journaling tag there on there, and it kind of just seemed blah. So I decided to go ahead and put that diagonal stripe behind it. And I started just lay it on there. And then I thought, how many times have I put diagonal stripe on a layout? And then notice I had more on the layout and they didn't match and it bugged me later. So I made sure the angles of the stripes that are on there match. And I'll do it on this piece right here too, for my banner. But, I do think it's a first that I remember to do it. But I did remember to do it. I was debating there about cutting into this, but it was a scrap and I would have had to cut into a 12 by 12. So yeah, I went ahead and cut into it. I do have another sheet. Y'all seen it earlier. It's a full one. And I got to thinking I should have a partial. Surely I fussy cut out of it. So I dug and it was in between some full size sheets. And there it was. And it's a pretty blue and it's going to work great right here as a banner. I am fishtailing all the ends. And when I'm putting the washi tape on a little bit, I think my first instinct would have been to put matching banners over there. But nope, I went ahead and used the washi tape. Since I noticed it and I laid it there on purpose so I would notice it, I made myself go ahead and use it. I am putting the banners here and I'm not too worried about the bottom part. Yeah, because, that one piece is kind of on the short side because I knew I was going to put the picture wheel there and it wouldn't be very noticeable anyway down there. The little, well, I don't guess it's really a tag. I guess it's just a journaling card, I guess. Um, I made sure I cut it on my trimmer because I wanted to make sure it was straight when I slid it along the edge there. I hand cut the layer on the killing it. Oh, and the killing it goes along with the subtitle. And my title's going to be Say Cheese, but my subtitle's going to be a little bit on the longer side. Oh, and first I thought I'd just put one strip of washi tape on there. And then I thought, oh man, I got 3 rolls. I guess I'll put 3. So yeah, 2 challenges here. One angle, second one is use washi tape on my layout. But I did have fun using it. I mean, I might be complaining, but I thought, oh well, I actually used it, so I did have fun. I am just using little tiny strips here. I didn't want it to go all the way over because of my banners on the right hand side, and I'd be running over the top of them or under them. So yeah, I just thought I'd use it on the left hand side up there. These are from, well, I laid the wheels over to the side because at first I didn't plan on using one of them, but it is from Echo Park uh, Viewfinder die, and it says Say Cheese, and they're tiny. And I wasn't going to use it because I already have a picture wheel on here. But then the more I looked at it, the more I thought I could use it in that little cluster, so I will cut one in half and tuck it under there. And in my head, when I was figuring the layout, the Say Cheese wasn't on there either. But when I pulled everything out and seen them laying there, I thought, I'm going to go ahead and use it. It is such a cute little phrase, I guess you'd say. So, yeah, and I had them cut out. When I first got all this in, I went ahead and made me a kit. So there's quite a few things in here that weren't originally with the collection. But yeah, you all can see where that little uh, viewfinder, since that's what they call it, it looks good there, tucked in there, and adding just a little bit of black to that cluster. But while I was putting the Say Cheese on there, I didn't notice that I knocked that wooden gear out of the way, and there was glue up above that from the wooden gear. And so I had to go ahead and put a star there. Well, I put 3, but I had to cover up the glue spot, is what I was doing there. So I did have some black in that area again anyway. And my subtitle is Warding Off the Mamarazzi. And I put AZZI because, I was thinking in my head, Mamarazzi, I guess. But when I go to take the photos, I'll look at it and think, I need an R in there. So it will have an R in the photos. But if you can tell by the picture, I went to take his photo and he put his hands up, both, not just one, both. And it reminded me of those movies where they're warding off vampires. And so that's where the subtitle came from, warding off the mamarazzi. And that's where the killing it came in too. I think, well, I'm gonna add these few stars and then I'm gonna add some Mr. Huey's passport on here. I got to thinking, I've got the Heidi Swap Color Shine that's black and it's shiny. I kept thinking, man, I need to order me some black that's just plain matte black. And I remembered then that the last time I'd used this Mr. Huey's passport, that it looked really black. So I pulled it out, and yeah, it does. So that's what I used on my layout. And I tried not to sprinkle a whole lot. I tried to do little tiny sprinkles. And yeah, because when I put black on there, I'd rather have tiny sprinkles. Well, every now and then I want them bigger, but usually I want tiny sprinkles. But that's it. That's my layout. And um, yeah, it's been a while since I've done a Sunday scrapping one, huh? But yeah, if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But yeah, that that's the little teeny tiny viewfinder from Echo Park. So if you ever look at them and want to get them, they are pretty tiny. And there's my cluster in the upper right hand side, and there's my whole layout with the R in the Mamarazzi. But have a happy scrappy week. And thank you to all my YouTube buddies for watching. Bye.